Assalamu alaikum. My name is Iman, and today we will be doing the story of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Okay. Young Ibrahim finds Allah. In Iraq, the country we now call Mesopotamia, there lived a young boy named Ibrahim alayhi salam. He did not know that Allah had chosen him for a great honor. Ibrahim was to become a prophet of Allah. The people who lived in Iraq had many idols that they called gods. They did not believe in only one God, Allah. Ibrahim was a very intelligent boy. He asked his father, Azad, why do you and your people take idols for gods? The idols cannot hear, they cannot see. You are wrong for worshipping these idols. So specifically, what Prophet Ibrahim told his dad was, Azad, why are you worshipping these idols? They do not speak. They do not help you. They do not end your life. They do not start your life. They do not put the day of judgment to come. They don't give you food, water, home, shelter. They don't do anything for you. Why are you worshipping them? The people made the idols with their own hands from stone. Ibrahim was so worried that he thought, how can I make my people see the truth? Ibrahim knew that the idols were not Allah. Now he wanted to find the true God. When night came, Ibrahim saw the star shining brightly in the sky. He said, this must be my Lord. When I said he knew the star was not God. Well, Prophet Ibrahim, he was thinking, I know that God will always be there. Allah will always be there. He won't just disappear. He's always with you. Well, not always if you go to the bathroom or stuff, but he's with you in specifically a lot of places. He's with you in a lot of places. Mostly all the time. When he saw the moon rising in a beautiful splendor, it was bigger and brighter than the star, and the moon was even closer. Ibrahim said, this must be my Lord. But the moon also set and disappeared, and he knew the moon was not Allah either. Ibrahim said, if my Lord does not guide me, I will be like the people who are lost. When morning came, he saw the sun rising. Ibrahim said, this must be my Lord. This is the greatest light in the sky. But at the end of the day, the sun also disappeared. So Ibrahim, he was looking at the star. He's like, oh, the star's bright. It's beautiful. This must be my God. But it disappeared. Then he looked at the moon. It's big, beautiful, and close to you. It's nice, close to you. But the moon also disappeared. Now, when morning came, he saw the sun rising. Ibrahim said, this must be my Lord. This is the greatest light in the sky. But at the end of the day, the sun also disappeared. Finally, Ibrahim knew the answer. He said, I will no longer worship anything besides Allah. Ibrahim alayhi salam found that Allah is only one God who created the stars, the moon, the sun, and earth, and everything. Ibrahim went to the marketplace and called to his people. He said, whom do you worship? He knew that they worshipped the idols made from stones carved into different shapes. Ibrahim said, do the idols listen to you when you call them? So Ibrahim told them, do the idols listen to you when you call them? Can it do any harm to you? Allah gives me food to drink. When I'm ill, Allah makes me better again. So the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam told the people, do the idols give you food, shelter, water? Do they give you that? Can they talk, speak, hear? Can they listen? Are they really nice and really grateful? Are they? And will they cure me when I'm ill? Will they cure me when I'm sick? And everybody's like, So he kept on telling everybody that. Okay. Can you do any harm or good? Allah gives me food to drink. When I'm ill, Allah makes me better again. The people answer, our fathers worship them. Ibrahim said strongly, your fathers are wrong. These idols are not God. Even the king of the land thought he was himself as God. His name was Nimrud. One day, Ibrahim told the king, my Lord is the one God who gives me life and death. I give life and death. So do you know what the evil king did? This is funny. Let me tell you this. So Prophet Ibrahim told the evil king, Allah gives everybody life and death. Look, see, look. Do you know what the king did? The king told the two people, okay, you, for one of you guys, stay alive. The other one, get killed. Get killed. And then, so, two people in prison. Okay, the king ordered them to come. And the king's like, one of the people in prison, you're dead. They got killed. The other one, you're alive. So he did that to Prophet Ibrahim, okay? Alayhi salam. And then Prophet Ibrahim's like, the one that you just set free and alive, they were already alive. Why did you set them free if they're already alive? If you gave them life, why were they already alive before you gave them life? And then, okay, so he did that, okay? I don't know. Why did he kill the person and give the other one life? That's not the actual meaning, okay? So, I gave life and death, said the evil king. Ibrahim said, my God is the one who lets the sun rise out of the east. Can you make the sun rise out of the west? The king and all the people became silent. They all knew that no one could tell the sun what to do. Ibrahim did not fear them. He said, down with all you, and down with all the things you worship. Have you no good sense? Ibrahim grew strong in faith and knowledge. He became known as the father of the prophets and the friend of Allah. Allah protects Prophet Ibrahim. One day, when the people had gone to a big market, Ibrahim took the hammer and broke all the idols except the largest one. He left the hammer hanging from the neck of that one. So, Prophet Ibrahim, well, everybody was at the market, everybody in town, they were like at the market. He was the only one left in town. He wasn't at the market. Everybody was at the market except him. So he went to all the idols. He destroyed all of them with the big hammers, like pow, kabow, boom, yeah, all that. And then there's one big idol. See, look, Prophet Ibrahim, he destroyed all the idols, destroyed them. He got the hammers, like pow, 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 and the idols like. And then when they came to back from the market, they're like, "What did you do this? Why? Why did you do this? What? Who did this?" So they came. Okay, they came, and they went to Azad's house, Prophet Ibrahim's dad's house. So they went there, and they looked at Prophet Ibrahim. Were you the ones who destroyed our idols? Because you're the one who were kept on doubting that worshiping the idols is bad. Prophet Ibrahim said, "Don't listen to me. Look at the big one. Look at the big one." See, everybody's blaming Prophet Ibrahim for it, and he's like, "It wasn't me. Just ask a big one." Prophet Ibrahim didn't say it was him or not. All he said was, "Ask the big one." Do you know what he meant? He meant ask the big statue that was left with the hammer on its neck. So they're like, "We can't ask that statue. He doesn't hear, it doesn't speak, it doesn't do anything." And Prophet Ibrahim's like, "That's what I was trying to tell you. What? That's what I was trying to tell you." So that's what they said. Okay. When the people returned, they cried, "Who has done this to our God?" Someone yelled. We heard the boy call. We heard the boy called. Ibrahim talking bad about our idols. They thought he must have done this mischief. The angry crowd marched to Azad's house and found Ibrahim. The crowd screamed to Ibrahim, "Are you the one who has done this to our idols or gods?" He said, "Ask the biggest one. See if you can tell who broke it." Then they just stood there feeling ashamed. One of them answered, "You know they cannot speak or see or hear," Ibrahim said. "Will you worship instead of Allah, which cannot give you any harm or good?" Ibrahim told them in a kind voice that those idols could not be God. Nimrod and his priests became afraid that now the people might have believed in the Almighty God Ibrahim had told them about. Everyone was quiet, and then one of the priests yelled at the crowd, "What shall we do with the one who has destroyed our gods?" The crowd shouted, "Burn him and support our gods. The angry crowd brought lots of sticks and made a huge pyre of wood. They tied Prophet Ibrahim up tight with the rope and put him in the center of the pile. He was quiet, but he wasn't afraid because he knew that Allah was going to protect him. So, catapults? Have you ever played Angry Birds? Angry Birds? You know when they catapult the angry bird to hit the... Yeah. Well, that catapult, they used it on Prophet Ibrahim. They got Prophet Ibrahim way far. And they put him, he's like, boom, choo. Like, choo, boo. And then just landed in the fire. But Prophet Ibrahim, he wasn't afraid. He just sitting there. He didn't explain. He didn't do this. Why? He didn't do that. He was just standing there because he knew that he was a prophet of Allah. And he knew that Allah would protect him no matter what. The people started a giant fire all around him. The fire began to sizzle and pop. Soon a black cloud of smoke came from the fire. Everyone was sure that Prophet Ibrahim would burn to death, but Allah commanded, "Oh fire, be cool and be safe for Prophet Ibrahim." Okay, look. So Prophet Ibrahim, when he was in the fire, guess what happened? It wasn't like he was like, he wasn't like that. You know, he was like, this is really funny. He was just sitting down. He was sitting down in fire, chillaxing. He's like, he's eating fruit and everything for 7 days. That was the bestest day of his life, even in a fire, because Allah told the fire just be cool. And then Angel Jibreel came to Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and asked him, "Do you need anything else, Prophet Ibrahim?" He's like, "No, I don't need anything else. I just need it from Allah." And so he was just eating in the fire. It's like, Bismillah. He's eating, having fun, alhamdulillah. He's doing that all in the fire. So everything obeys Allah, and the only God, a miracle happened. Ibrahim walked out of the smoke with no harm. Allah had protected him. Even though the people had seen this great miracle, only a small number of them believed in the true God. So when they seen it, a little bit of them like, okay, I believed. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna rasulullah, yay. They're Muslims, only a little bit. But the other ones are like, we still don't believe. Get out of our land. Go to Palestine or something. So only a small number of them believed in the true God. Allah told Prophet Ibrahim to leave those evil people and go. Well, actually, Allah told them. Allah told Prophet Ibrahim, go to Palestine. Go. Have fun. Just get away from the bad people. I will deal with them. Prophet Ibrahim and his wife Sarah, his nephew Lut, and his followers left a land called Mesopotamia. They traveled to a beautiful land named Palestine. They began to tell people to Palestine about Allah and the religion of only one God. Many of the people become believers in the Almighty Allah. Great news for Prophet Ibrahim. Allah gave Prophet Ibrahim the great news that he was going to have a child. He was going to become a prophet. Prophet Ibrahim and Sarah traveled to many places and told many people about only one true God, Allah. The king of Egypt found out that they were a kind and noble people. When they were leaving Egypt, the king gave them many things. He also gave them Hajar, the Egyptian lady, to go with them. Many years passed, and Prophet Ibrahim and Sarah had no children. He was more than 80 years old. See, look, Prophet Ibrahim and Sarah over there in Egypt and Palestine having fun, alhamdulillah. So I had no children. He was more than 80 years old, and Sarah told him to marry Hajar so that they might have a child. Soon Prophet Ibrahim and his wife Hajar had a beautiful baby. They called him Ismail. The baby was still very small when Prophet Ibrahim told Hajar that Allah had commanded him to take her to Ismail to a place called Mecca. So, Allah commanded Prophet Ibrahim to take little Prophet Ismail and Hajar to go to Mecca alone. Hajar didn't ask him why. He didn't say, why are you leaving us in Mecca with no food, no water? She didn't ask him that. She just said, okay. Because she knew Allah commanded him to do it. All he told her was, Allah commanded me. So after that, Hajar and Ismail were left in Mecca. And the Kaaba wasn't built there yet. Okay, so Allah Allah commanded him to take her to Ismail to a place called Mecca in Arabia. He was to leave them alone. Although Prophet Ibrahim did not understand why, he obeyed Allah's commands, and he left them in a valley of Mecca and started to go back to Palestine. Hajar was not afraid. She believed that Allah was going to provide for them to keep them safe. Well, okay. Hajar, she and Ismail, they were tired. Ismail kept on crying and crying because he was out of food and water. And Hajar was really scared because, she didn't have no food or water over there either. And, Hajar kept on running and running and running. So, Hajar and Ismail, as Prophet Ibrahim knew he would, while in Mecca, Prophet Ibrahim dreamt that Allah had ordered him to sacrifice Ismail. So, this one's really sad. First, Hajar and Ismail, they were running around Safa and Marwa 7 times, okay? And after that, in a short time, all of their water was gone. The precious little baby was hungry and thirsty and began to cry and cry. Hajar ran back and forth between the hills, Marwa and Safa, praying to Allah for help. Right beside the baby, water flowed from the ground. Do you know why? Okay, Angel Jibreel, he got his wings really strong. It's like, bam, on the ground. And then water starts, Zemzem water, very special water, started gushing out. And the baby starts crying. And then she starts looking at the baby. The water's just gushing out. She's like, alhamdulillah, yeah. And then she starts running over there and starts drinking. And then birds saw that Allah had provided water there, and they came to drink. Soon travelers saw birds flying over the valley and came to settle. Many years later, when Prophet Ibrahim returned to Mecca, he found to his surprise that many people had come to live there. Allah had taken care of Hajar and Ismail, and Prophet Ibrahim knew he would. While in Mecca, Prophet Ibrahim dreamt that Allah had ordered him to sacrifice Ismail. Sacrifice means kill him. Well, Prophet Ibrahim loved his son very much, but most of all, he wanted to please Allah. Ismail was old enough to work with his father. Ibrahim decided to tell him about the dream. He said, "Oh, my son, I saw in a dream that I am offered for you in sacrifice." Ismail believed that only one true God. He said, "Oh, my father, do what Allah has ordered. You will find that I am patient and faithful." You know, Prophet Ismail is a very, very good prophet. Do you know why? Usually people are like, "No, don't kill me. I don't want to get killed early. I don't care." Do you know why? But Prophet Ismail was a very, very noble prophet. Do you know why? He's like, if it was an order from Allah, you shall kill me. You shall sacrifice me. Okay? Just as Prophet Ibrahim raised up the sharp knife, he heard a voice. Allah said, "Stop, O Prophet Ibrahim, you obeyed my order from your dream." Allah then told him to sacrifice a lamb instead. Because, look, if Allah would give both of them a bad punishment if Ismail didn't listen. But Ismail said, "You may sacrifice me for Allah." So, but as when he was about to sacrifice him, Allah's like, "Stop! Kill a lamb instead." So he killed a lamb. When Prophet Ibrahim returned to Palestine, the angel of Allah told him that he was going to have another son named Ishaq. Ibrahim and his wife Sarah were now very old. She said, "Shall I have a child? I am an old woman. This is indeed a wonderful thing." Ishaq also became a prophet too. So Prophet Ibrahim, and Prophet Ishaq all became a prophet, and they're part of a family. Allah said, "I will make Ibrahim a leader of all those people, and leaders will come from his family. His sons and his nephew, a grandson of many of his great-grandsons, will become prophets too." And then Prophet Ibrahim sent his older son, Prophet Ismail, as a younger son came. And his younger son, Prophet Ishaq, and his nephew, Prophet Lut, to teach the people in different parts of the world. Thousands and thousands of people became believers in the religion of Allah. See, look, the people, they're over there, and when they, see, look, there's the fire, and then Prophet Ibrahim, look, the king. And then, look, Prophet Ibrahim stayed with Prophet Ismail in Mecca for a very long time. The two of them went to all parts of Arabia, and they told people about the religion of Allah. They told people that the religion of Allah, and many people loved Allah, and they followed the prophets of Allah. They follow the prophets of Allah. And when Prophet Ismail and Prophet Ibrahim, Prophet Ishraq, they spread it out. They told the people, they told the people, believe in Allah, believe in Allah, believe in the followers, and believe in Allah, the only one true God, Allah, building Allah's house. Allah told Prophet Ibrahim and his son Ismail, make my holy house for Muslims come to safely and prayer. Allah's house is a holy place. It is called the Kaaba. Prophet Ibrahim prayed that Almighty Allah would bless all the people who obeyed the only one great God. He said, O Lord, give us the people and the leader who would tell them about the religion of Allah. Prophet Ibrahim wanted the leader to teach the people how to worship and give them wisdom. Many years after the time of Prophet Ibrahim, the people began to forget the religion of Allah. They were doing very bad things. Inside the Kaaba, they had almost 365 idols inside the Kaaba. People are so bad, they start doing bad things and forgetting about the religion of Islam. 2,000 years after Prophet Ibrahim, Allah sent Prophet Muhammad to lead the people. He came from the family of Ismail. Prophet Muhammad cleaned the idols out of the Kaaba. He took the idols out of the Kaaba. He told the people to obey Allah alone and stop doing bad things. Prophet Muhammad made the Kaaba Allah's house again. And Prophet Muhammad was Allah's answer to Prophet Ibrahim's prayer. He taught us Islam. All of those who follow the teachings of Prophet Muhammad and are Muslims. So the people who are role models, Prophet Muhammad's our role model for everybody. A role model is someone who teaches everybody about the good religion of Islam. And he answered his prayers. Prophet Ibrahim's prayer, Allah answered it. He taught Islam. All of us who follow the teachings of Prophet Muhammad are Muslims. Muslims come from all over the world to visit the Kaaba. It is in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Millions and millions of Muslims came through every year of Hajj. They go around Allah's house. They run between the two hills of Hajj, like Hajj did, the two hills like Safa and Marwa. And they can drink from the well of Zamzam. All Muslims went to Hajj once in their lifetime. Thank you so much. I'm done telling you the story of Prophet Ibrahim. Alhamdulillah. Let's discuss the lessons of this story. Let's discuss the lessons of Prophet Ibrahim before we end the show. Well, Prophet Ibrahim is a prophet that teaches everybody the good way of Islam. Prophet Ibrahim, he taught everybody that don't worship idols. Can they see? Can they hear? Can they touch? Can they smell? Can they end your life? Can they start it? Can they give you a reward? No. Don't worship idols. Worship only one God, Allah. Because you know that He's the Creator. He's Al-Musawwir, Al-Bari. He has so many good things. And once you do those good things, it feels like you're a good Muslim. So do not worship idols. Do not think you're God. Do not say, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I can bring the sun right here. I can kill someone. I can bring them back to life. Ooh, I can do all of that. No, don't think you're God. Because that's a very bad thing that what you will do. So these are all the lessons. And Assalamu alaikum. Inshallah, next week we'll do a show. Hold your emote.